say. You guys said we should try it. I'm gonna try it. If it does not end well, doesn't end well. But I'm gonna try something new. A bit of a format. So we're gonna be going through the top 100 superstars. I decided top 100 because why not? We have about 242. We can go through with 100 and 100 superstars. We won't list out all 100, but I will be doing a couple of highlights, some of the gains of the week, some of the losses, those who have dropped out of the top 100, those who are newer to the top 100. Seth, we'll go to the top 10. Well, let's start off with the top 10, actually. And once again, maintaining maintaining her spot at number 1. Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, has been on number 1, and I don't know who in the hell is gonna possibly take down Charlotte Flair. What's up, Brian? Who's possibly gonna take her down from top 1? I mean, she's been proving herself why she's a SmackDown Women's Champion, taking out all competitors. But I feel if there is anyone who could take her down at this point, it could be the person number 2 this week, that being Billie Kay, who rose up to number 2, being at number 4 last week. What's up, Jay? Of course, Billie Kay, she's going to be challenging again at the Rumble for the women's title. I feel if she wins the title, she could get herself to take that number 1 spot from Charlotte, who's on Raw. A bunch of people. Number 3, though, maintaining his spot, the Intercontinental Champion, Charles Bailey. Of course, he's continuing his thing with his rivalry of Cade, as Cade will be getting his rematch. Charles continuing to keep his momentum, gonna keep him up there long, probably stay up there for a while longer. But hopping down to number 4 after being on number 2 for whoever hell knows long, Ember Moon, who's I don't think she's gonna be on the top 10 much longer. She was really just holding on the momentum she's had from her title reign. You know. But number 5, hopping up, Cade Welch, again getting his rematch for the Intercontinental title. If he wins, he could override Charles, maybe take that number 3 spot that Charles is sitting at. But till then, he's gonna keep himself right where he's at. Number 6, though, which is a bit which I don't understand completely. Bruce Mitchell really hasn't done anything this week that really would cause him to move up. Bit shocking that he was in the number 10 in the first place, but still keeping himself up there, explaining But number 7, it's the Universal Champion Alex the Prankster. I think if he can keep his momentum against Tim Dynamite, sup Ethan, he could probably keep himself out on the top 10, probably maybe get a little bit higher. Number 8, speaking of, and a new member of the top 10, Tim Dynamite. Tim Dynamite at number 8. We're back on the top 10. If he wins the title, he could get himself up a bit higher. Don't know how much higher, but probably a bit higher. And hopping down to number 9, Shawn Michaels, one after Raw Tag Champions, hopping down from spot number 5 from last week. And really, DX I feel eventually they're gonna lose their titles very soon to whoever wins the number 1 contenders match on Raw. So I don't think they're gonna be much longer. Following up, of course, number 10, Triple H again down to 10, barely grasping on. Same story as Shawn Michaels. Once they lose the titles, they'll probably be gone, and maybe depending on how things go, it'll probably slip off the top 100. But let's just see if there were any. I don't know if there were any who dropped off the top 100, and there were. Randy Orton hopping off the top 100 this week. Wasn't really anyone else, I don't believe, who dropped off. Yeah, no. Well, actually, yeah, Sawyer Fulton also downgrading off the top 100, which I'm kind of happy with. Kind of happy to see Sawyer Fulton off, considering he's not supposed to be on there. But with that, saying there's 2 that fell off, that means there are 2 that have hopped on. Those 2 being, 1 being Bobby Lashley, getting some momentum, got some momentum after taking out the AEW champion TJ War. The second one, our second new arrival, our second top 100 arrival, comes for three. The second one comes from Tommaso Ciampa, moving up to number 17. I mean, to go from nothing to 17, that's a pretty high jump of sub clips, which very shocking are. And followed by Johnny Gargano, hopping up to number 16. DIY coming back, getting some momentum against Aces and Spade. Who on Raw says for I am desperate. Thanks for liking, always helps. And I think does. Oh yeah, I need to see who has dropped off though. Who has dropped off? Oh, dropping off Alexander Wolf as well. Dropping off from number 28. The Sanity members of Sanity really dropped off this week. He's on SmackDown. He can't be your partner, J-Boy. Stop begging. But we'll talk somewhat about the raise. Stop some of the height raising up. We saw those slowly graduating down, those rising up. Assassin Bacon dropping down to number 86. Kind of losing momentum. I think that if he can gain momentum, he'll get back up in the rankings. Probably won't go much higher than he was, but don't know. And a lot of drop downs from Ethan, Didi, and so on and so forth. Talk about the significant ones. And slowly making down Dynamic Smith, dropping down to 67 from number 45. We're starting to see some other superstars who are on the top of the rankings slowly get down. That goes with the Boss hopping down to number 66, formerly being at number 42. Really, and I think the Boss will keep himself up there. He just needs to work more. See ya, J-Boy. Let's see. And dropping down to number 63, Patrick Bryant. Now that he's out of the Best in World title picture, of course he's going to drop down a bit. Don't know much. Maybe if he can hop back up, but don't know. Let's see. Anyone else? Aiden Wolf dropped down to number 48. No, dropped down to 57. Kind of, again, really isn't doing anything, so I'm not too surprised that he's hopping down like this. We got, I didn't really check those who are rising. I didn't see anyone really rise. We saw Kyle Sneed, the hardcore champion, hopping up to 53, and after all, we saw him rising himself up after getting himself a bit of a winning streak, defending his hardcore title, Raw, SmackDown, and main event, and hopping up to number 52. Julian, after really just a win on main event, so I don't see this bit of a rise lasting too long unless he can keep the momentum going. Hopping down to number 29, though. Hopping down to number 51 is Christian Williams, losing the heat of his debut. But I do think if he can get some momentum, maybe get himself a U.S. title number one contenders match, he can really just maybe get himself back up there. Let's see. Some of our debut, we saw Bear making his debut on the top 100. Hasn't even made his debut, and he's already at number 49, which could be a bit shocking. So I don't know if it's gonna last long or if he'll rise up, if a winning streak or hop down. I don't know. But hopping up to number 48, Nick Silva, trying to get himself after winning and a possible opportunity to fight for the AEW title. But that's going to go at the cost of Ryan Balor, who's hopping down to number 47. Again, not getting the momentum he needs, which is going to cause him to drop down. Rising up to number 46 is Brandon Collins, who though hasn't really won a match this week. Put on some pretty good matches, allowing him to at least keep himself a bit higher. Which goes to the Cyborg, hopping on down to number 45. Keeping him not really having matches, But if Cyborg continues to have matches, keeps doing what he does, he'll be back up there. Then we saw a small jump from Gabriel again, winning the tag match. Ross Mackey hopping up to number 43 off. Where did Ross off winning? Where did he winning? Off winning something. I don't even know what Ross did. I forgot. I know he did something probably. I don't know exactly what. And hopping down to 42, of course, Hyperspeed losing his best in world title match, gonna get him down. Really, the only reason why he was up there and taking a pretty big fall. Skull Crusher hopping down to number 41 after being at number 19 last week. Good God. Skull Crusher, really didn't have much of a reason to be up there, besides that he was winning matches. We saw Kenny Omega hopping to 39. Now that him and Skull Crusher are kind of done. Sup, Corey? Kind of slowing off, slowing down his rate. Baron Corbin rising himself up, though, to 38, which is going to get him up to 38 after Baron Corbin up to 38 after proving himself in a fatal four-way elimination match, almost winning, but eventually losing. And DKT hopped up to number 37 after retaining his best in world title at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. Again, keeping the momentum. I think DKT can get a bit higher on the power rankings. Which number 36, Pruitt, the king of AEW, kind of really proving now why he's the king of AEW. Winning some matches. Where are you in the power rankings? I don't know where you are in the power rankings. We saw some more rise ups. We saw Michael Roberts rise up to 35, AJ rise up to 34, Brutus up to number 33. Saw some people rising up. Eric Young dropping a couple spots down to number 30. Rob Van Dam dropping to 24. Killian Dane, again, a major drop in sanity, down to number 28. The Beast, after losing his rematch, going to top down to 27. Brandon Johnson keeping himself a loss. Hasn't taken a big loss, but takes down to 26. James taking a mediocre loss over to 7 after 25. After kind of Boy's going to kind of leave him behind now. Going to drop down. Chris Collins hopping on to number 24. Again, losing his rematch against we'll say FRJ, though, major hop up to number 23. May have lost the titles, but still keeping himself in this. Keeping himself in the rankings. And we saw Quest hop up to number 20. Well, you're on SmackDown and Hades is on Raw, so it's not going to work. Welcome back, J-Boy. And Quest at again, Fatality working themselves up. Chris Awesome hopping down to number 19 after not really getting much momentum. Taco after announcing Taco is definitely going to be rising down because after announcing he's going to be on a break, he's going to be going down a bit. But we talked about those. Hopping up to number 15, Frankie, after winning a match against DIY, really, that match hopped up all 4 members of that match. Because Logan Hinton getting up even further at number 14. Hopping up from number 79. That tag match really rose up a lot of people in the power rankings. But the Cole Welch finally getting himself out of the top 10 at number 8. Don't think it'll last long now that he's the champion. It's SmackDown Tag Champions, but we'll have to see. I think that's all gonna be it for that's gonna be about it for the power rankings this week. A lot of new superstars, including Bear, DIY getting back up after losing themselves majorly. Sawyer Fulton hopping off. Thank goodness. And a lot of gains and losses this week. The power rankings are absolutely insane. Now that we're heading into the Rumble, everyone trying to gain in momentum. I can imagine this being the power rankings just about every week until heading into WrestleMania. Really. I hope they keep power rankings in 2K19. Logan, you're number 14 on the power rankings. But there you go. So I'm gonna end this there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment down below, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We're on that road to 1K subscribers. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Can I make you not? You gotta wait till I do a creation stream, Corey. There we go. That was pretty good. Oh yeah, if you want me to continue doing this, tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments. Always support by giving the thumbs up. Or tell me in the chat right now. I'll be watching the next couple minutes.